in the 2 years of the COVID that we've been going through now, this has got to be the saddest, if not one of the saddest titles that I've heard, any headline in newspaper and print or heard on the news. It's concerning our kids, concerning their development in school, what's happened to them in the school with their shutdowns, with their masks on, with their online, strictly online education, no contact with children. This is from the Epic Times from last week, from a week ago. Let me read the title to you. It says, Lockdowns Damaged Speech, Mental Development of Children. So let me read the first couple paragraphs for you. This is enough to get anybody angry, to irritate anybody, I think, no matter what side you're on. COVID-19 restrictions have damaged children developmentally in ways that might be irreparable, teachers say. From early childhood through high school, children rely on facial expressions, social interaction, conversation with new people, and friendships to develop mentally. Children who are denied social interaction don't grow mentally in the same way, experts say. When governments halted in-person schooling for months, restricted activities such as play dates, and ordered families to stay home, children were plunged. Hold on, give me a moment here, into painful isolation. That tells you just the crime. To me, this is a crime what we've done to our children in these schools. You don't do this to children. You don't do this to them. You don't cut off life. You don't cut off contact. There's so much development in the learning and the contact with others, in the play times, in the speaking, in the learning, especially the little ones, facial expressions, and to shut them down and to put muzzles, I call them muzzles, the masks on them, to isolate them. Some of the things I heard that children during break, during snack time or lunch had to eat outside to take their masks off, while the teachers were inside with their warm coffee and without their masks on. And the things I heard, I don't have time to really go into that now. Just the atrocities, just the injustices done to children. Play dates canceled because of fear instilled in parents about your children should not be playing with other children. Stay at home, stay hidden. And then the online classes. I'm for online classes. I teach online myself as an English and Spanish teacher. But at the level of children, when that's all they have for months, some children lost an entire year, and this article says that many kids in America are as much as 2 years behind in their education, especially the little ones, 2 years behind in their emotional development, in their social development. There are children, they said here, who at 3 years or 4 years of age since this pandemic started, where they should have started really speaking in short sentences, speaking more at length. They're not talking. They're not speaking. When they see adults that are not their parents, some of them break into tears. They don't know how to handle children. People, parents, adults who are not their parents. In online classes, they're goofing off. Many older kids are just goofing off, as younger kids as well, are goofing off with just the classroom in the background on Zoom, and they're just playing online games. They're playing with their computers, they're looking at their videos, they're looking at older kids at their social network. This is an atrocity what we've done to them, these children. It's painful. What's the future hold? There's really seems to be no end in sight to this. Children who have gone back to the schools, they've rebelled. They liked their freedom when they were at home studying online, supposedly online. The class was basically, like I said, is on the computer, but they weren't studying. With many children back in school now, absences are higher. They're not coming to school. They're not paying attention. They're rebelling against having to come back under some discipline now in a classroom. Completely mismanaged this was, completely mishandled. And you don't do this with little children. I hope that for the future that we learn something in the next epidemic. How do we handle the teaching of our children, their instruction? There's got to be a better way when they can't socially interrelate, when they lose that real contact and understanding and learning through emotions and facial expressions. The mask, they said many children, they can't see the reactions, the faces of their parents, the faces of their teachers. And they don't understand what's going on. That they can't talk at 3 years of age, that they can't speak. To me, this is an atrocity. It's an outrage what they've done. They continue to doing, all in the name of fear, in some government agenda. I don't know what to call it. Kind of besides myself. But I'd like to hear your opinions on this and what should be done in the future, because they didn't have a clue. Shutting children down like this, and now mentally, socially behind in their development. It's damaged their speech. This is atrocious. By the way, this is my site, The Language Cafe. I'm Edgar Montoya. I'd love to hear any comments you might have on this. Get your likes, maybe subscribe, and suggest some topics for the future we might discuss. Let me hear your take on this. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.